Welcome back to The Rant, the best bowling show in the world. Of course, I say that facetiously because, anytime you can get bowling on, it's always the best show in the world. And I'm here joined by a very special guest, Cecil Scarboro, PBA and PWBA tool rep for Vice Inserts. Cecil, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Chris, for having me.
No worries. It's been a while. You were actually the very first guest I had on The Rant. It's got to be what, maybe 6, 8 months? What have you been up to lately?
We have been getting ready for both the PBA and PWBA tours and getting 2021 kicked off. And since the last time we spoke, I've actually developed two new companies,
Okay.
and one of them we're going to actually discuss about today.
Yes, yeah, let's get right into that because, and by the way, you look like you're in a hotel room. Where in the world is Cecil Scarborough?
Yeah, we are in Arlington, Texas for the PWBA kickoff series.
Ooh,
And we are actually under COVID lockdown. We have
okay.
taken our COVID tests, and
Okay.
until we get our negative test results, we are not allowed to leave our rooms.
Well, that sounds interesting. Hopefully, you're staying safe, and obviously, we want everybody to have a negative test because we want everybody to be able to participate and enjoy the awesome competition that I think is about to commence.
Absolutely. It's going to be an exciting event, kicking off 2021 the right way with the best lady bowlers on the planet and the PWBA tour getting everything kicked off and started. And the same weekend, the PBA has kicked off theirs 2021 season. So it's just some exciting stuff going on.
Absolutely, and I just want to put a plug in for the women's game. When I watch the women's game, it is just such good form. Their mechanics, their fundamentals, just amazing stuff. I really feel like people could take a note.
Absolutely. And without a doubt, they are some of the most technically advanced players out there today.
Absolutely. So that's exciting. And speaking of exciting, we want to get excited because that's what today is all about. You have a really interesting shirt that you're wearing, and I think that's going to be the centerpiece of this interview. Tell me about Excite.
Excite is a brand that I came up with during COVID. Um, 2020 was very, very difficult for a lot of people, including myself, obviously, with the tours being shut down and things of that nature. But what I wanted to try and do is bring something together for not only just bowling, but for everyone on the planet that when they see this shirt, they get excited about life
Okay.
because everything has been so negative for such a long period of time now that I wanted to figure bring some kind of positivity back and produce that and get that going in a direction that I think we could take and can use some excitement and good news.
I am all about the good news, and that sounds like really, really good stuff there. Let's talk about the logo that you got going on there. So I see the X, but I also see a Y, a C, and then a Y and a T. So am I to understand that Excite is XYCT or
It is
XCYT?
correct. It is XCYT.
Okay.
And we did a large X, and then the CYT kind of the Y is integrated into the X, and then the C and T on each side, so we can create the Excite brand.
Okay. Fantastic. And it's also my understanding that this is not necessarily just bowling exclusive.
It is not. It is for everyone to enjoy. It is Excite is beyond bowling.
Okay. Of course, I'm sure if bowlers want to, rock the Excite brand, that you won't be opposed to that.
Absolutely not. Come on, bring it on. Let's get them. Let's get these Excite shirts on and get them wore. So people, when my goal is to when someone sees this shirt, they're gonna say, "What is that?" And then they can say, "It's exciting."
Absolutely. Now, I remember, a couple months back, you and I started talking about this when you were in the development process and you
Right.
gave me one of these shirts. I'm not going to lie, that is one of the most comfortable shirts I've ever put on. What is the secret sauce behind all this?
Well, it's really Coolwick. I
Okay.
worked with Carly at Coolwick and Gerald with the design, and they have been absolutely amazing to work with. Uh, I've known Cliff Barnes for many, many years, and through that, we've developed a relationship personally and through the business. And so then I worked with Andrew Adler as well on some other projects. And now we've actually developed the Excite brand, and we're getting ready to launch it at on Coolwick.com.
That is fantastic. I cannot say enough about Coolwick. Carly really knows what's going on. She is just such a boss, running things at Coolwick. I definitely am familiar with Gerald and, of course, Cliff Barnes and Dadler, as we like to call him, because, he's running Bolus Mart and amongst a few other things. So it sounds like you guys have a really amazing partnership that is about to launch forward.
Absolutely, it is. It has been an absolute pleasure to work with them. We, I brought them an initial design. We were like, "That's good, but I think we can take it to the next level." And we were actually in the office just doing a search on the letter X, and we were just flipping through X's, and this showed up, and I went, "That's it." As soon as I saw it, I knew that was what it was.
Okay.
And then Gerald took that, did his magic, got the CYT integrated into it, and the rest is history, so to speak.
Okay. And about to make more history. Now, I see that you're wearing a black shirt. What are the colors are you going to launch with?
We have a black shirt, a navy blue shirt, a red shirt, a gold shirt, and a pink shirt for the ladies.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we're gonna have, and we have also have a gray shirt as well, and they will have different colored logos on them, but
Okay.
the X will always be white.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so got some really brand specific information and design going on there. Now, are you guys going with just shirts, or do we see a future maybe with hats as well?
I am looking at a future with maybe like the Excite logo down the leg of sweatpants,
Okay.
hats, but right now I'm just trying to get it on the ground, get it kind
Okay.
of boots to ground, so to speak, and get it going and get it up and running and see where it goes, and then we can branch out from there. The nice thing with Coolwick, sky's the limits. Really, there's not much they can't do.
Absolutely. Yeah, their site designs are top notch. They're everything that they do in terms of quality is top notch. Any idea on what the pricing on these shirts is going to be?
That they're working on now.
Okay.
We have finally solidified the shirts that we're going to put out, and then once we get all of that and get it launched, then the pricing and all will be put up.
Okay. Now this interview will obviously air after the launch. So if I'm reading it right, if people are interested, they're gonna have to go over to Coolwick, go to the Excite section, and check it all out to get the latest information.
That is correct. Yeah, they can go to coolwick.com, and then there'll be an Excite tab, and from there they can actually go in and order the shirts direct from Coolwick.
Okay, so got positive vibes, getting people into the positive emotions, getting the conversation going about keeping things exciting beyond bowling, and you've got partnership with Coolwick. What else can you tell me? Because this is good news so far.
The big thing is I'm trying to make Excite a mindset that when you see negative things going on, there's always something that you can find that's positive about it, regardless of what it is. You can, if you look hard enough, you can always find something positive, and you can find something that to be excited about, even in the worst of times. And I can tell you, 2021 for me was a really, really big struggle, not only internally but mentally and emotionally. I went through a lot of things, and a lot of times I was kind of at my last step of where I wanted to be. And through some people that were put around me, I was able to move myself in a completely different direction. Yourself being one of them, giving me the ability to do stuff like this and work with you. Um, Jim Nemeth has
Mm-hmm.
really took me kind of under his wing, so to speak. He showed me some different things with social media marketing and just how to see a different mindset of things. And that kind of clicked and resonated with everything we were doing
Mm-hmm.
with Excite and some things that me and Jim was working on personally. It's all about the mindset and how you see things. And that's one of the big things with the Excite brand is when you see this, all I want to do is you get excited about something, whether it's life or your job or your children or your family or whatever. When you see this logo, it makes you smile.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of bowlers are going to be watching this, and I bet you could take this and apply it even at the bowling levels, whether someone's in a tournament, maybe a smaller sweeper or regional or even league, and things aren't going the right way. I would imagine that mindset is really what you're trying to tap into to help people turn things around.
Absolutely. Even during the worst of times, if you look at what's going on around you, you can find something positive to draw off of, and that takes you out of that negativity side. And by doing that, it can make life so much better and make life exciting.
Absolutely. And by the way, you look like you're in way better shape than you were like about 6 months ago. Like, so whatever you're doing with Excite seems to be working, and I need to get, your diet.
Yeah, the one thing during COVID, and just trying to build that tougher mindset, and I've actually lost 50 pounds. I've
Yeah,
been
man.
and I actually started with gym in my house, and then when they opened the gyms back up, I started going actually to the gym, and I am down 50 pounds, and I'm in probably the best shape of my life at 50.
Absolutely. And a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think you and I, when we talked over at the bowling center, I think you had to switch your grips because you lost so much weight, right?
That's correct. I had actually had to go down in grip size because I'd lost so much
Okay.
weight. Yeah.
Fantastic. And just, while we're on the topic, how have you been bowling when you've had the chance to bowl?
The little bit that I've been able to bowl, it has been interesting.
Okay.
It has been so much fun. I was able to bowl with Jim and his team on Monday nights, and so he worked with me to so I could get my 21 games in for the year. This
Okay.
is the first time in 5 years I've actually had a certified
All
USBC
right.
athlete.
There we
Yeah,
go. You got
so
an average.
yeah, absolutely. So now being 50 as well, so I can start hitting some of the senior stuff, and
Okay.
yeah, it's just man, it's just like life is taking off at 50, and and it's just it's been so much fun seeing where we were at the beginning of 2020 to where we kicked off 2021, and just a different mindset and different thought processes that we're putting together, and it's been really awesome.
Now, as we're starting to wrap this up, obviously we're kicking the new year off. There's a lot of great information. What would you advise? Because you're a PBA and PWBA tour rep on Vice Inserts, but it goes beyond that. Anytime you're in a coaching role, what advice would you give bowlers who might be feeling a little down and out or feel like they're struggling? What would you tell them about mindset?
Go back to what you did well and go start from there.
Hmm.
Just because, like for me, I struggle with my timing because obviously I don't get to bowl much when I'm out on the road 200 plus days a year. Yes, I'm in a bowling center, but no, a bowling ball is not in my hand to go down the lane. Sometimes they're in my hand to put surface or whatever or drill them, but it's not going down the lane. So I look at what was I doing well, focus on that, and then build off of that. There's regardless of how bad things are going, there's always something that you can find positive in anything that you're doing if you look hard enough. And once you find that, it's easy to build off of from there.
Absolutely. And that is such good advice. I know a lot of people who like to listen to these interviews on their way to work or maybe on their lunch break. I think they're going to be able to take that to the next level. See, so one final question. If anybody wants to get a hold of you, how should they go about doing that?
They can send me an email at exciteapparel@gmail.com, vice related or anything else. I'll be glad to do anything I can do to help.
Okay. And with that, we are going to wrap up. Cecil, thank you for joining me, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks, Chris. Have a great one, buddy.